You've been throwing away perfectly legal items at airport security for years. 15 items, all completely TSA legal, all regularly surrendered by travelers who never knew the real rules. We've gone through the official guidelines line by line, and number 7 is going to genuinely shock you. TSA rules aren't confusing by accident. Vague signage, inconsistent enforcement, and a high-pressure checkpoint atmosphere cause millions of travelers to surrender perfectly legal items every single day. This breakdown covers 15 things you've been leaving home, checking unnecessarily, or tossing in the bin, and what the rules actually say. Stay until the end, because the last item changes how you pack permanently. Item number 15 and number 14.
Smart luggage with non-removable batteries. TSA confiscated 1,847 pieces of smart luggage in 2026, up 34% from 2025. Average value per item, $340. Total confiscated value, $627,980. Smart luggage with GPS tracking, USB charging ports, and electronic locks became popular in 2022. But here's the problem. If the lithium battery isn't removable, the entire suitcase is prohibited in checked baggage due to fire risk. Airlines allow smart luggage and carry-ons only if the battery can be removed. The most commonly confiscated brands, Away, Samsonite, and Bluesmart. These manufacturers integrated batteries directly into luggage frames, making removal impossible. Without tools, travelers arriving at check-in counters are forced to choose: abandon the $400 suitcase or miss the flight. TSA agents at JFK reported confiscating an $890 aluminum smart suitcase from a business traveler who claimed ignorance despite clear airline policy. The suitcase had a 99 watt-hour battery, technically legal if removable, but the integrated design violated regulations. The concerning trend, counterfeit smart luggage from overseas manufacturers using batteries that exceed 160 watt-hour limits and lack safety certifications. These pose legitimate fire risks and are confiscated immediately. Number 14. Hoverboards and electric skateboards. Hoverboards and electric skateboards saw 2,180 confiscations, down from 3,400 in 2024, but still significant. Average value, $425. Total, $927,000. Most major airlines banned hoverboards entirely in 2016 after battery fires on aircraft, yet travelers continue attempting to bring them. The lithium batteries in hoverboards typically range from 160 to 300 watt-hours, exceeding the 160 watt-hour maximum for air travel. Electric skateboards face similar restrictions. Boosted boards, one-wheels, and similar devices contain batteries exceeding allowable limits. TSA confiscated 680 electric skateboards in 2026, with owners claiming they didn't know about restrictions. The most expensive confiscation, a $2,400 one-wheel GT at San Francisco International Airport. The owner, traveling to a competition, argued the device was essential equipment. TSA offered to ship it via ground transport. The owner refused and abandoned it. Regional airports near college campuses see the highest confiscation rates. Students traveling home for breaks pack hoverboards without researching airline policies. Number 13. Counterfeit wireless earbuds. Counterfeit AirPods and wireless earbuds reached 3,240 confiscations in 2026, a new category TSA started tracking after multiple in-flight fires. Average value, $45. Total, $145,800. These aren't legitimate products. They're fake AirPods, Galaxy Buds, and other knockoffs purchased overseas or from unauthorized sellers. The counterfeit batteries lack safety certifications and have been linked to 14 in-flight fire incidents in 2025. TSA now partners with Customs and Border Protection to identify counterfeits. X-ray machines detect irregular battery compositions. Items flagged for secondary screening undergo visual inspection for authenticity markers. The most common confiscation points: international arrival terminals, where passengers purchase cheap electronics during layovers. A passenger at LAX had 47 pairs of counterfeit AirPods, valued at $15 each, claiming they were gifts. All were confiscated. Here's the safety issue. Counterfeit lithium batteries use substandard materials and lack thermal runaway protection. When these batteries fail, they can ignite violently. TSA treats counterfeits as serious safety threats, not minor violations. Which electronics on this list surprise you most? Drop a comment. Number 12. External hard drives with integrated batteries. External hard drives with built-in batteries saw 2,890 confiscations. Average value, $180. Total, $520,200. Traditional external hard drives are allowed, but newer models with integrated lithium batteries for wireless operation create complications. If the battery exceeds 100 watt-hours or can't be removed, the device may be prohibited. The most commonly confiscated, Western Digital, My Passport Wireless Pro, with a 6,700 milliampere-hour battery. While technically under the watt-hour limit, TSA agents unfamiliar with the device often flag it for additional screening, causing delays and occasional wrongful confiscation. Photographers and videographers are primary victims. They travel with multiple hard drives containing client work, and a single confiscation can mean lost irreplaceable data. One photographer at Atlanta reported having a drive with 4 terabytes of wedding footage confiscated because the TSA agent insisted the battery violated regulations despite being compliant. The solution: travelers should carry manufacturer specifications showing battery capacity in watt-hours. But TSA agents aren't required to accept these documents, creating inconsistent enforcement. Number 11. Modified vaping devices. Modified vaping devices hit 4,120 confiscations, up 67% from 2025. Average value, $220. Total, $906,400. Standard e-cigarettes and vapes are allowed in carry-on luggage, but prohibited in checked bags. However, modified devices with custom batteries, voltage regulators, or liquid tanks over 3.4 ounces face confiscation. Box mods with external 18650 or 21700 batteries are the primary concern. These high-capacity batteries can exceed 100 watt-hours when configured improperly. Owners mixing battery types or using counterfeit cells create fire risks. Vape devices with THC oil create additional problems. In states where marijuana is illegal, possession is a criminal offense. TSA refers all THC discoveries to local law enforcement. A passenger at Dallas-Fort Worth was arrested after TSA found a vape with 12 milliliters of THC oil traveling from Colorado to Texas. The most unusual confiscation: a passenger at Denver had a vape device modified to look like an inhaler, attempting to disguise it. TSA X-ray technology identified the battery and heating element. The passenger faced federal charges for attempting to deceive security. Number 10. Gaming laptops with oversized batteries. High-performance gaming laptops accounted for 3,680 confiscations. Average value, $2,240. Total, $8,243,200, the second highest value category. Gaming laptops from Alienware, Razer, and MSY often contain batteries exceeding 100 watt-hours. The Razer Blade 18, for example, has a 114 watt-hour battery. Regulations allow batteries between 100 to 160 watt-hours with airline approval, but passengers rarely obtain this approval in advance. The confiscation process. TSA identifies oversized batteries during X-ray screening. Passengers are given options: abandon the laptop, check it if the airline approves, or miss the flight. Most choose to check it, but some airlines refuse batteries over 100 watt-hours in any luggage. A passenger at Las Vegas had a $5,400 Alienware Area 51 mem with a 180 watt-hour battery, exceeding the absolute maximum. The laptop was confiscated, and the passenger received a civil penalty of $840 for attempting to transport prohibited items. Here's what gamers don't know. Many gaming laptops allow battery removal. Passengers can remove the battery, pack it separately with proper documentation, and transport the laptop safely. But this requires advanced research. Number 9. Power banks over 100 watt-hours. Portable chargers and power banks saw 5,470 confiscations. Average value, $78. Total, $426,660. Power banks under 100 watt-hours are allowed in carry-on luggage. Between 100 to 160 watt-hours requires airline approval. Over 160 watt-hours is prohibited entirely. The problem? Most travelers don't know their power bank's watt-hour rating. The calculation, watt-hours equals milliamp hours times voltage, divided by 1,000, a 27,000 milliamp hours power bank at 3.7 volts equals 99.9 watt-hours. Just under the limit. But many manufacturers advertise capacity dishonestly, and actual ratings exceed limits. TSA agents use reference guides showing common power bank models and their ratings. Anchor Power Core 26,800, Rave Power 32,000 milliampere hours, and similar high-capacity units are frequently confiscated. The most common violation: passengers packing power banks in checked luggage. This is never allowed regardless of capacity. Airlines consider power banks carry-on only due to fire risk in cargo holds where fires can't be extinguished immediately. A passenger at Chicago O'Hare had 6 power banks totaling 780,000 milliampere hours in checked luggage for international travel. All were confiscated, and the passenger faced a $3,400 civil penalty for endangering the aircraft. Goal Zero and Jackery combine solar panels with lithium battery storage. Battery capacities range from 20,000 to 500,000 milliampere hours. Small units under 100 watt-hours are allowed, but popular camping models like the Jackery Explorer 240 contain 240 watt-hours, exceeding the maximum. Travelers assume solar means environmentally friendly and safe. Wrong. The battery capacity is what matters. A backpacker at Denver had a Goal Zero Yeti 1000 with 1,000 watt-hours, attempting to bring it as carry-on. Confiscated. Value, $1,200. The passenger was traveling to a remote hiking location and needed power for photography equipment. TSA offered no alternative. The trip was ruined. Number 1. Lithium battery power stations. The most confiscated electronic device, portable power stations, with 8,940 seizures In 2026, average value $620. Total $5,542,800. Brands like Jackery, EcoFlow, Bluetti, and Anchor produce portable power stations with capacities from 300 to 3,000 watt-hours. These are essentially portable generators using lithium batteries. Anything over 160 watt-hours is prohibited on passenger aircraft. The problem: marketing. These devices are advertised as portable and travel-friendly, creating the impression they're airline safe. They're not. Most models exceed limits by 200 to 1,500%. TSA agents at major airports report confiscating 3 to 5 power stations daily. Campers, RV travelers, and off-grid enthusiasts assume portability equals airline approval. The confusion is understandable, but expensive. A van lifer at Phoenix had a $2,800 EcoFlow Delta Pro with 3,600 watt-hours attempting to fly to a new location. Confiscated and destroyed. The passenger had purchased the unit specifically for the trip and lost the entire investment. The most common violation scenario: travelers using power stations for CPAP machines or medical equipment claim medical necessity exemptions. But exemptions only apply to the medical device itself, not auxiliary power supplies. TSA confiscates the power station and suggests the passenger use airline-provided power or battery-operated CPAP units. Here's the data TSA doesn't publicize. Power station confiscations cost travelers over $5.5 million in 2026 alone. These devices cannot be shipped back home easily due to lithium battery shipping restrictions. Most are destroyed, creating both financial loss and environmental waste. Which electronic device shocked you most? Comment your ranking. The reality? Electronic confiscations are skyrocketing because consumer electronics are advancing faster than traveler awareness. Power-hungry devices require bigger batteries, and manufacturers prioritize performance over airline compliance. The solution isn't more restrictions, it's better education. TSA's website lists prohibited items, but most travelers don't check before packing. Airlines should include battery restriction warnings and booking confirmations. Manufacturers should clearly label products with watt-hour ratings and airline compliance status. The financial waste is staggering: $67.3 million in confiscated electronics in 2026. Unlike knives or tools, electronics can't be easily donated or auctioned. Most are destroyed, creating environmental problems from lithium battery disposal. The time cost affects everyone. Electronic device discoveries add 8.7 minutes average to checkpoint delays. During peak travel periods, a single power station confiscation can close a security lane for 30 minutes, while specialized protocols are followed. If you're flying with electronics, research battery capacity before packing, carry manufacturer specifications showing watt-hour ratings. Pack lithium batteries and carry-on luggage only with proper protection against short circuits, and contact your airline 48 hours before travel if you have batteries between 100 to 160 watt-hours. The 5 minutes you spend researching saves hours of hassle and potentially thousands in confiscated property. Hit like if this list saved you from losing expensive electronics. Subscribe for more TSA and travel security breakdowns. Comment: have you had electronics confiscated? What was it, and did you get it back? TSA confiscated nearly 48,000 electronic devices in 2026. Don't be a statistic. Research regulations, pack smart, and protect your expensive gear. The rules aren't changing. Your packing habits should.